Welcome back to my channel. Each passing month carries its own purpose, deserving of our deep appreciation and a mindful posture of thanksgiving. As a brilliant example, July emerges to illuminate our path, serving as a welcome harbinger that carries many a good energy into our daily lives. For my dedicated subscribers, as well as those tuning in for the very first time, eager to learn what is happening in the skies right now, because it does demand our collective attention. So let me ask you a straight question. Have you felt a little bit rewired over the last 48 hours? Or perhaps even days? Have you felt this sudden erratic, almost jittery static in your brain? Like your mind is running 100 miles an hour, ideas are flying out of nowhere, or maybe your patience has just dropped to absolute zero and you're scared that it may run dry. Listen to me carefully. You're not crazy. And no, it's not just a rough week. We have just crossed into one of the most explosive, highly anticipated, and genuinely unprecedented astrological windows of our entire decade. We are currently sitting in the immediate aftermath of a historic lightning bolt Mars-Uranus conjunction. But that was just the opening act. Basically, Mars and Uranus conjunct on the 4th of July. So, as we speak now, the slow moving heavyweights of our solar system are locking into a perfect, rare synchronization at exactly 4 degrees. This isn't your average monthly horoscope. This is a complete structural overhaul of our collective reality. Over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to unpack the exact blueprint of what is being built behind the scenes. Why are your brains feeling like it's short circuiting? And precisely how to navigate this massive energetic shift so you don't get burnt out by the cosmic lightning. So, if you're ready for this download smash, then subscribe that button, hit the like, and let's dive straight in. Let's start with the fuse that was just lit. On July 4th, Mars, the planet of action, adrenaline, drive, and raw fire, met up with Uranus, the planet of radical revolution, sudden disruptions, and unexpected breakthroughs. Now, when these two meet, it's always a wildfire. But here is the kicker. They didn't just meet anywhere. They met at 3 degrees of Gemini. Now, this is our first Mars-Uranus conjunction in Gemini since Uranus officially moved into this sign. So, to give you some context on the massive, this is the last time we saw a Mars Uranus conjunction in Gemini was way back in August of 1947. Now, that was a year that literally redefined global borders and reshaped the geopolitical landscape of modern history. So, why does Gemini matter to you sitting at home watching this right now? Well, please understand Gemini rules your mind. It rules how you think, how you communicate, our data, our technology, our local communities, and our daily logistics. So when Mars and Uranus collide here in Gemini, it acts like a literal cosmic lightning striking our nervous system. Have you noticed your thoughts moving faster than your mouth can actually keep up with? So that is the Uranus download. Uranus acts like a massive cosmic satellite dish, beaming high frequency, innovative information straight into your psyche. But Mars is the accelerator. Mars wants it now. It wants you to take action. That is why so many of us are experiencing massive personal breakthroughs or sudden clarity. It's like as if the light has lit. You might look at a problem you've been struggling with for 3 years and suddenly you go, oh, the answer is obvious. Why didn't I see this before? But there's a shadow side to this energy that I need to warn you about. Because Gemini is a mutable, fast moving sign, this energy can make us incredibly restless, impulsive, or impatient. You might feel a desperate urge to burn a bridge, quit a job, or send a reckless text just to break free from stagnation. My advice to you right now: ride the wave of inspiration, write down every single wild idea that hits you, but do not pull the trigger in a state of panic or irritation. Remember, Mercury is retrograde. The insights you're getting right now are incredible, but they're raw data. They need to be aligned, they need to be integrated with proper homework done. So, before I talk about the massive 4-degree alignment happening later this month, I want you to close your eyes for a second and imagine a bustling city center. Imagine you walk past a vacant, fenced off lot every single day on your way to work. For months, nothing changes. There are some old bricks, some weeds, maybe a few trucks parked there, but to the naked eye, absolutely nothing is happening. It looks stagnant. It looks empty. You might even think it's a dead end. But what you don't see is that 3 blocks away, in a quiet office, a team of master architects have been hunching over a table for 6 months. They're drawing up highly detailed, complex blueprints. They're calculating stress loads, engineering foundations, and mapping out a skyscraper that is eventually going to redefine the city's skyline. Just because the building isn't visible to the public yet doesn't mean the work isn't happening. In fact, the abstract engineering phase is the most critical part of the entire project. So if the blueprint is wrong, the building collapses. So right now, the universe is operating exactly like those architects. This brings us to the core mystery of July: the synchronization of the outer planets at exactly 4 degrees in their respective signs. So we are talking about the slow moving generational giants, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, alongside Jupiter, all locking into a perfect mathematical geometry. They're forming a perfect cradle configuration in the skies. So, breaking this down, who is sitting at this architectural table? We have Pluto in Aquarius at 4 degrees, the planet of deep transformation and power shifts. We have Neptune in Aries at 4 degrees, the planet of spiritual downloads and global dreams. We have Uranus in Gemini at 4 degrees, the planet of radical awakening. And finally, we have Jupiter in Leo at 4 degrees, the planet of expansion and magnification. So, when these 4 forces align at the exact same degree, it represents a highly orchestrated piece of cosmic choreography. This is so rare that most astrologers haven't seen anything quite like this harmony in our lifetimes. So, these outer planets are the true architects behind the scene of our lives. So, unlike the quick moon cycles or fast Mercury transits that cause minor daily annoyances, these slow giants dictate the massive multi year trends. They set the foundations. They prepare the conditions for what is eventually going to emerge in human history and in your personal evolution. So you could question me that does this mean a massive loud event is going to drop out of the sky for everyone simultaneously? Not necessarily. For most of us, this is happening in the background. It's an abstract form of engineering. The universe is setting a brand new 7 to 10 year cycle into motion. You could be feeling the internal pressure to upgrade your life, even if you can't see the physical manifestation of that upgrade just yet. However, there is an exception. So, if your personal birth chart has planets or angles sitting right at the 4-degree mark of the mutable or air signs, you aren't just feeling the background noise, you are the construction site. You are seeing the old structures dismantle in real time to make way for the new blueprint. Let me make it highly practical for you. I want everyone to know, or probably even you could write down what type are you, and where is your sun, moon, and rising sign situated. Go ahead, write them out, and so that when you look into your natal chart and the transit chart, you would exactly know what needs to be done. So if you're a Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, especially if your placements are in the early degrees from 0 to 5 degrees of these signs, you are riding the absolute crest of this Mars Uranus wave. You are the editors of this energy. You are being forced to adapt, pivot, and accept radical new clarity, even if that clarity completely contradicts the old script or the old conditioning that you have been living by for years. So, if you have heavy Aquarius, Aries, or Leo placements, that means many planets in the signs of Aquarius, Aries, or Leo placements, this 4-degree alignment is handing you the microphone. It's demanding that you step into a higher level of creative leadership, speak your truth, and be innovative. Trust your innovativeness. The underlying message for all of us worldwide is this: the old ways of operating, thinking, and communicating are completely short circuiting. The universe is forcing us to rewire our minds to accept new and new expanded possibilities, I would say. Family, we are living through a master class in cosmic timing. The blueprints are being drawn both personally and professionally. The foundations are being laid, and the architects are hard at work. So, what are you feeling? And what do you anticipate? Or what are your perceptions? I would love to hear from you. Reply in the comments below what is currently unfolding in your life. What are the sudden ideas, the breakthroughs, or even the frustrations that have been waking you up at night over the last few days? So that we can discuss about it in our videos in the future. And also talk about it down in the comment section and map out this 4-degree geometry together. So, if my video brought you clarity and helped you make sense of the static in your mind, do me a massive favor. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on, because we have a lot more to uncover as this month progresses. Stay grounded, keep your eyes on the blueprint, and I will see you in the next video, which is actually upcoming for July 9th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. They're very important. And in case if you all need to have your individual charts read because you cannot figure out how the transits are going to be affecting you, you're always welcome to connect with me through my website. Always stay blessed.